guys, before we get on to our next topic, again, be sure to like this video, subscribe, click the little bell so you can get updates on when we upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Join us on the Facebook group and follow us on Instagram. Topic number 2 comes from me, moi. And, you know, quarantine, watching a lot of television. We always watch a lot of television. But that being said, Netflix. Netflix has a stable of exclusive shows and movies, and that's what I want to talk about. What are some of the best? What are some of the worst? What are some of your faves? You want to lead this off or you want me to go?
It doesn't matter.
All right. So first one I want to talk about, because I feel like we'll talk about it the most, just because I think it's the one that we've actually probably watched the most. Big Mouth. That show is fucking great.
It's really funny, except I didn't really care for the 3rd season.
The Florida episode was fucking hilarious.
I didn't think that was funny. Like, I didn't think the 3rd season was funny. Like, compared to like the first 2, and even then, like, I didn't think the second one was as funny as the first one.
So you're saying it's declining?
A little bit, bit.
Like,
because I feel like Andrew's becoming like an asshole. Like, he's just becoming like an asshole. And then
for sure.
And I mean, Nick was always kind of a little asshole, but like it was like cute, and like now it's not. It's getting like less cute.
Fair enough.
You know, but I guess that's like, you know, part of adolescence, which I appreciate. I feel like it's pretty spot on with what it's like growing up, you know, especially in this day and age.
Fucking shorts.
That's what I would never wear white pants for that reason.
It was her first time. What are you going to do?
I know, because my mom was always like, oh, wear white pants. And I'm like, hell no, not wear white pants.
Hell to the no.
Because she wears color pants. No, I don't believe in that. Yeah, that's a pretty good cartoon. Like, I think it was just like kind of surprising. Like, I don't watch a whole lot of Netflix, so this is a kind of a difficult topic for me. But
I feel like that's the biggest load of shit, because we were going through the fucking list and there's quite a bit on there that we do watch.
Yeah, like it's over time. Like, but like I don't watch Netflix like every day. Like, you know,
no, but it does have a good stable of shows that
Okay, so another on top of Big Mouth, Stranger Things. I do enjoy Stranger Things. Like, season 1, and I love season 3. Did not fuck with season 2. Like, season 2 was just a big bore for me.
Season 3 was better than season 2, but I feel like how you feel like with Big Mouth, decline.
Really?
Season 1, peak. Season 2 and 3, it went down on season 2. And kind of pick it back up.
No, I absolutely loved season 3 of Stranger Things. Stranger Things, like the third, I think I vibe with it the most because I'm like, oh, like, you know, this is like, I don't know, like the 80s and like the mall and like that stuff, like that's really cool. And like, you know, it makes me think of like old time 80s movies.
Mall culture is definitely cool. That was definitely a cool aspect. Ooh. But
excuse me.
I've said this on my other podcast that I'm on. The biggest thing that made season 1 for me is the X-File vibes that I got from it, with like the mystery corporation / government
and see
body.
Like what got me was like whole Goonies aspect, and he hates the fucking Goonies.
I fucking hate the Goonies, but that's a topic for another episode.
But no, like that's what I loved about it. There were a bunch of like little like, you know, nerdy kids, and like this crazy thing happened to them, and all this like weird stuff, and I thought that was super duper cool. Like, I could vibe with that, but like I've never seen X-Files, so I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Like it definitely has got like Smoky Man vibes for all those fans out there of the X-Files. Like, I think I will say season 4 is I'm kind of excited for, because it looks like they may go into that because of what's his face,
Hopper.
Yeah, Hopper. Because of his story arc that might...
Like him being in Russia?
Yeah, like there's...
How did they get him to Russia? I guess we'll find out. But like, I just wonder. Like, I'm just like, how the fuck he get in Russia?
Who knows? Anyways, but yeah, no, I think that's the exciting part for this new Stranger Things season 4. Because I just really did appreciate that side of it. I wanted to learn more about that. Like what? Like I would love a spin-off series where it just follows that corporation / government entity to like do like a spin-off and like the kind of like weird pseudo science bullshit that they get into. I would really go to town on that.
Maybe.
I guess what I'm trying to say is
whatever.
Like,
He wants X-Files.
I just want some new kind of like X-Files kind of thing. Let's talk about Superman.
Superman. Oh, The Witcher?
The Witcher.
Mr.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill, who is delicious. Just delicious. He I don't get me wrong, I didn't find him attractive as Superman because I don't find that whole superhero that thing. I don't find that attractive, but he's very attractive in The Witcher. It might be the white hair and the contacts. I don't know. In the tight pants and fighting monsters.
I like it.
That does something for me.
Fair enough. I really like this show. For all those who are like, it's not like Game of Thrones. It's not supposed to be like Game of Thrones. It's supposed to be
cheesy and fun.
It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be like in the realm of fucking like, Masters of the Universe, not fucking some dire ass, political move bullshit. Like, it's supposed to be cheese. It's supposed to be like traditional fantasy, I guess you would say. Game of Thrones is not, it's a drama, okay? This is truly a fantasy show, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. I wish they could have got him a prettier bitch to be with, not Quasimodo, but
damn, throwing shade.
It is what I can't remember what her name. What is her name? It's something stupid.
It is something stupid. I don't remember. I don't remember any of their fucking names.
Except him.
Gerald. Yeah.
Anyway, he's very delicious in that show. That's a fun show to watch. I was very hesitant to watch it because I thought it was super stupid.
The first time going through and you're like, oh, we're like when you first realize, oh, we're jumping back and forth through fucking time, that was a little off-putting. But once you like put it all together, like I would say, especially through like the second watch, like it was more enjoyable.
Yeah. No, I had to watch it a couple times because like I don't know. It took me a couple episodes to get into, but I know some people who really, really dig it, and some people are like, it was just too cheesy for me. But I like the amount of cheese. Like, it knows what it is, and it's not, it's staying in its lane. It's like, hey, this is what we are, and we're not trying to do anything else.
So one of the shows, I want to keep with this fantasy thing, and I just want to briefly go over it. We both didn't finish it, and they just canceled it.
What?
Dark Crystal.
Oh, I got scared. I thought he was talking about Castlevania because I'm like, I really like that.
No.
We haven't finished season 3, which is a travesty, but at the same time,
we're trying to pace ourselves.
Yeah.
It's some like, that's some like, we've mentioned this before, but that is something that we do, which is if it's something we really like, we try to pace ourselves and put it off. Because once we go through it, we're going to be sad that we don't have it to like watch. And sometimes not everything is meant to be watched multiple times. So we like Evil Dead.
That, and I mean, I feel like I don't have to watch Castlevania again. Like the first 2 seasons, like I don't need to watch those again. Like I watched them. I don't need to do it again. So I'm like, I want to pace myself for like the 3rd season, even though by the time we finish it, the 4th season, I'll probably, is there going to be a 4th season?
But that's how I want to do it.
That's fine. And if they don't do anything with it, then I'm like, oh, well, then I have this to watch still. And that could be that.
Yeah. So, okay. So we went on Dark Crystal. Yeah. It's a great show.
I didn't even finish it. We never even finished the first season.
But like, I appreciate the artistry.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate the puppets. I appreciate the actual, effects.
It was a lot more enjoyable than the actual movie. Like some people are like, oh, The Dark Crystal's great. The Dark Crystal is a fucking boring ass movie. Like it is super duper boring, but the puppets and the story itself I think is really cool. It's just the lore. Yeah, I think the lore is very cool, but like I just couldn't it took me I don't think I ever finished the movie. Like I got to like a point and I'm just like, this is really boring. I've been trying to watch it because I feel like I should watch it because I love puppets and Jim Henson and like that kind of like, I love Labyrinth and whatnot. Like I feel like I should like this, but I really don't.
Let's go back to their animated because there's one that neither of us have watched. I've watched some of it. I just can't get into it. but people swear by it, and I just don't understand. Help me understand, guys. BoJack Horseman. What the fuck? It's not funny. It's not enjoyable.
I mean, it is to like, you know, a certain kind of people.
Well,
Like,
you know.
I mean, I've watched it, but not enough to be able to tell you about it. I just remember it being like, wasn't it like really like heavy on the sarcasm?
It is.
And like, you know, some people think that's funny. Like just like
People Seinfeld.
People think The Office and Seinfeld is funny, and I don't get
you
that.
You can't rub Seinfeld and The Office together. I love The Office.
I will loop them together because it's just like a thing that people like are diehards about that I just don't understand. Because I've tried to watching both shows multiple times, and I just don't get it. Like I don't get it, but it's not for me. Like, you know, I like kind of slapstick, you know, stupid humor.
Let's see. Another one that we do like though, or like, it's passable. It's enjoyable, but it's not amazing, but it's also enjoyable. Paradise PD.
I forgot about that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
First season
Was fucking hilarious.
It was pretty funny. Like it's really dumb, and that's not a show that I can just put on. Like I have to get myself in the mood, but very slapstick and like it can be. There's some really funny parts to it, but at the same time, I'm like,
So, what else you got?
All right, one because of the new season just started yesterday. Hill House, great show. I'm excited for Bly Manor.
But the thing about Hill House, me personally, is not something I can watch multiple times.
I don't think that was meant to be watched multiple times.
You know, but it was fucking great.
I think I would rewatch it to find Easter eggs.
I really, really appreciate how some horror these days is really blurring that line or like talking about mental health. I feel like that makes a lot of today's horror like just very enjoyable and intriguing, willing to tackle that subject because, you know, like you're like, oh, is this person crazy or are they really seeing this shit? You know, and I appreciate that. But yeah, Hill House is fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's a great show. It made me feel all my feels. And it made me scared. And it made me sad. And it made me cry. Like, you know.
Yeah, so just so you guys know, a little behind the scenes, we're recording this like the day after
Bly Manor.
Bly Manor just went live. So
yeah.
We're definitely going to watch that and let you guys know what we think about that show. So stay tuned for that. Or at least she's going to watch it.
Yeah, it looks actually like it because it's more on the lines of the kind of horror I'm used to. I'm really excited about it. It looks really scary to me. And I'm kind of excited about that because, I mean, I didn't know what I was going to get from it.
Boogity.
I didn't know what it was going to be like, you know, like Hill House. I'm like, is it going to be, you know, jump scares? Is it going to be like, you know, you don't know. And so this one seems like it's going to be kind of on the path of like classic, like scares, like being scary. And I'm excited about that.
What else do we got?
We got Umbrella Academy. Great. Like, you know.
Okay, hold on. Don't let her fucking fool you. She wasn't sold on this show.
I was not sold on it.
She wasn't on fucking board like I was on board.
No, the first episode I thought was really, really intriguing in the first season. And I was like, okay, I'll give this a shot. This is interesting. And then like each episode I'm like, fuck this show. Like I'm not gonna watch it anymore. And then I keep watching it and I'm like, okay. And then I watch another episode. I'm like, fuck this show. I'm not going to watch it anymore. Like, it kept going like that. I kept getting like, I don't want to watch this. But then the second season happened. And I was like, this is going to suck. They're in like 1960s Texas. I don't want to watch this. Like, I already know this is going to be, especially for like Allison. Like, I'm like, this is going to be triggering for me and I don't want to watch it. It ended up being really, really good.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoyed it way more than I enjoyed the first season. A lot.
I like the story arcs that they went on the second season. With Allison, you know, finding love.
Which I'm just like, how did you find a man in that amount of time? Like, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, you were just married. You had a child. You were in love with your brother. Your not so brother, kind of brother. And now you found a man in the 60s to marry you when you couldn't talk. Like...
There's probably a sexist joke there.
I mean, I don't know. Like, you know, her gifts, whatever. Like, I don't know. I guess back then, like
man.
you didn't have a choice. So like, like I don't know.
No, I definitely think for her that arc, it was more out of it was originally done out of like a safety move, but
Because in the comics, there's no black people. Like they're not multiracial, so I like that in the show that they are.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Like that's very. It makes it more interesting.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to season 3.
You know who somebody I can do without? Like I fucking hate Ellen Page in that show. Like, don't get me
the
wrong,
white violin.
she was better in the second season. Like she was more palatable.
Why? Because she's living in her truth.
I mean, probably she was living it. I don't care about her personal life and real life. Like, no, but like, I don't know. She was just kind of like this whiny, like, I'm not special. Everybody else hates me. Like, but nobody actually said that to her. Like, nobody was mean to her. They were just like, hey, you're not safe here. You shouldn't be around when stuff is going down. Like,
yeah,
just out of her safety, like, and I just hated that, like, oh, like, all by myself, oh, like,
yeah,
my parents,
and
like, my family
they
doesn't.
really play into like season 1. She is a weaker character because it's just like, oh, you're the gullible, like you see the tropes of like the first guy that comes along to pay you any fucking interest kind of shit. Like I get it. But season 2 definitely
Much stronger. And number 5 is like the best.
I fucking love that opening scene in season 2.
Oh.
Like when you get to see their powers in full effect. Like Klaus is like fucking levitating and shit. Like it's fucking cool. And he's got the full on like goth like trench coat shit.
Yeah.
Definitely appreciate that. But
I was sad about Ben. I really love Ben as a character and like the fact that he could be with them. But I'm guessing like the way they're gonna spin the 3rd season, he's gonna be kind of like their nemesis, kind of. I don't know how they're gonna spin that.
Spoiler
alert.
They go back into the future,
to the future,
and yeah. They go back into the future, and it's like an alternate reality.
But I really loved Ben as a character. Like he was probably one of my
Sparrow
favorite.
Academy, right?
Yeah, Sparrow Academy. He was one of my favorite characters throughout the show, even though he didn't really get that much time. I'm glad that they gave him more airtime in the 2nd season, but he was definitely like, they're all kind of like, I don't know, they're all kind of fucking annoying. Like they all have something like annoying about them, like these little things. And I really liked Hazel and Cha-Cha, like their kind of story arc. Like they were interesting, and like if they, I don't know. I guess they couldn't do a show about the what do they call the
company? I'm just gonna call it the company, the Time Company.
I don't know.
Anyways, what else? Is there anything else that you want to mention? A quick little shout out since this has been going on for a little bit.
Yeah.
Tiger King.
Tiger King was entertaining. We watched Kimmy Schmidt for like a minute, and like that was like the first season was funny, but like I couldn't watch that again. Like it was stupid. Like that's stupid.
Yeah.
But like that's
like traditional sitcom.
No, yeah, but I love Titus. I love Titus in that show. Like he makes that show. Like if he should have his own show.
Side note: our little character is Titus. On
Netflix,
like
is Titus.
Our profile is
because he makes a show. Like I don't think I could have gotten through it without him. He makes it funny. And Sex Education, I love that show. Like it has so much.
See, that's not something I really got into.
You watched it a little bit, but like he tried.
I was okay.
Yeah, he tried to rewatch because I was watching the 2nd season. He's like, this is kind of interesting. Maybe I should go back and watch the 1st season. And he watched like a couple episodes of the 1st season, but never followed through. But like, it kind of gives me like like Degrassi vibes. Like, cause I watched Degrassi: The Next Generation and stuff. Like growing up, I would argue
that it's more
it's more relevant.
Well, no, it's more relevant, but also I was gonna say more British, but
because they're
it's like very like British misfits and British What's the other one I'm thinking of? that they did?
Skins.
Skins. Thank
Yeah,
you.
like Skins because I liked Skins, the first 2 seasons of Skins.
Yeah.
And like just their experiences as teenagers, I'm like, holy crap! Like they go through so like I don't know if it's really like that. Like I'm just speculating.
That's what you kids are going through these days, but if you're holy shit.
Yeah, I know. Like I can definitely identify with it as an adult and like be like, oh yeah, like some of that shit happened to me as like a kid or whatever. But like it has heart and like this like it's a good show. It's really funny and entertaining and it's heartfelt when it needs to be and like it's an entertaining show and I'm excited for like the 3rd season.
Fair enough. Well, guys, we actually didn't really get to talk about the movie aspect because there's not a lot of them, to be honest. But you know, if you're interested if you're interested in what we think about the movies, let us know in the comments below. That being said, thank you guys so much for watching. We do appreciate it. Again, please subscribe if you're enjoying our content. Click the little bell, that way you get updates. Join us on the Facebook group so we can talk, we can converse, and have a good time. And follow us on Instagram where we just post stupid shit.
All right.
Anyways, thank you so much, guys.
Bye.